be discussing Mandep again, but this video is basically touching on something that I used to grow up believing. And that, of course, is Christianity and why I left Christianity. First of all, I just want you to know that I was raised Christian. I was brought up, I was surrounded by fellow like-minded people, and in school I was actually bullied for being a Christian. Now back then, because I was a kid, I had no idea why anyone would hate Christians. I just had no idea. Now that I'm older and I'm a history nut, let me tell you something about why it is bad. A lot of Christians think that they're entitled. They think that they're better than everyone else. They think that they're the best of the best and that they just get into heaven. They seem to think that preaching unnecessarily to everyone else is good. Now, I know in the Bible it says to spread the word of God. However, the way that a lot of Christians interpret this is basically shoving the Bible down people's throats. And when I was younger, unfortunately, I was no better. Except at the time, I don't actually think I knew completely what I was doing was wrong. Unsolicited things get sent in the mail from a lot of churches. They send out things that go, man's greatest plague is something or other. Or they send out things that go, God's great, and honestly, it's annoying now. Having religious grandparents means basically for every birthday and Christmas present that I get that doesn't get sent to my dad's and most likely thrown out are books written by Christian authors. You want to hear the latest thing, the last thing that they gave me that didn't went to my dad's and I got because that was the last time my dad was talking to me? From Witchcraft to Christ. I don't know why they decided to give me a book about witchcraft and why it's all evil and all that shit. But when they did give it to me, it was around this time I had actually started being interested in witchcraft and looking up stuff. For the record, I am not saying that all Christians are bad, and I am not encouraging you to go out and attack Christians. And I'm also asking you, please do not come into my comment section and say Christians are not persecuted. One, sure, most of the time the Christians are doing it to themselves, but as a child who had no idea what I was doing and having no idea why people hated me so much, kind of proves the point that Christians can be persecuted when they're not really doing anything except just being. Unfortunately, a lot of Christians think that they can just use the Bible to bully other people. That being said, there's a lot of things in the Bible that I don't completely agree with, which is the original text saying man shall not lay with boy, as in pedophilia, which was removed from the Bible in the 1940s and replaced with man shall not lie with man, which indicated homosexuality. Christians will argue black and blue that this is not correct, that it is man shall not lie with another man, but the original text said man shall not lie with boy. Another fact is the Bible is completely A-OK with pro-slavery. You can see why that's an issue. Not to mention, the book is anti-female, and before I get attacked for being a feminist, let me just mention that God made woman less than man, and in Christian families, a lot of the time, the woman is treated exactly like that. The man rules over the household, he rules over his wife does what she's told when she's told, she doesn't ask questions. The man and the woman both rule over the children. While that's usually probably how most households work, it's also probably normal people work together. A lot of the times, A lot of Christians will tell women that they can't do anything. My father told my mother that she was not allowed to work, that it was not the woman's job to go out and work. He told her that her job was at home, being a stay-at-home mother, cleaning, cooking, etc. I didn't know this, but when I was younger, when they were still married, my mom was not allowed to have any friends over. She was not allowed to have a social life. She was required to clean the house all the time, keep it clean with 2 young children who would make a mess, and 2 animals, a cat and a dog. Mum told me that she had to live off of $100 a week. My dad worked in the RAF, which meant he had a lot of money. However, she had to feed 2 infants, a dog, a cat, and 2 fully grown adults with $100 a week. Dad had no qualms with this, as he had been raised where the man worked and the woman did whatever the hell housewives do. If you want to be a housewife, I'm not trying to say you can't. Just do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But the fact that a lot of Christians think that trad wives are the best and then bully people who do not have the same beliefs, it's kind of sad. I left the church around 2018 when I left my dad's to live with my mom, and I haven't been back since. My reason for leaving the church was because at the time I was attracted to both male and female. I was bisexual, and because my dad is a homophobic Christian, I didn't feel safe living with him anymore. So I left, and I left the church because I didn't feel like a lot of them would have accepted me. Actually, no, I went to a church, a Presbyterian church in Ipswich, that's right. They... bad vibes. I made a friend, one friend, probably a few, but I stopped going before... I don't know when I stopped going, I just stopped going all of a sudden. Then I started trying to find a different spirituality, trying to find myself, and I don't know everything. I like to learn. I believe in the old stuff, a lot of the stuff that's been counted as bad. Witchcraft and magic was a thing that was really hated during the medieval periods. Most of the witches, quote unquote, that the church killed were just women that they deemed witches weren't actually witches. The story was St. Patrick casting the snakes out of Ireland. That's basically people using St. Patrick for something he didn't do. He did not kill the pagans in Ireland. The whole snake thing is basically like a mean way of saying pagan. The church in the medieval times hated anyone who was different to them. They would go out and kill people who had different beliefs. They would force you to convert. And sometimes when they did that, they even just killed you straight up. All of the witch trials basically meant that women weren't allowed to do anything. It put a bigger collar on women's necks, and I think it would have been a lot worse for people of color during that time. Because not only would they have been not Christian, but they would have also been not European. And yeah, we all know where that went. That went south from there and continued going south. Early Christianity is why people will harass people who don't have the same beliefs in them, either having religion different than yours or not having a religion, or even having a religion and you do not. Say what you will, but you know I'm right. And it has nothing to do with eating, for God's sake, please don't. When I was younger, I used to read the Bible inside and out, and I'd raise my eyebrow, but I wouldn't question it, and that is dangerous. You should always question what you're made to believe. Question everything. Everything you're taught, everything you know, question it. And if you don't know any answers and you can't find them, ask someone for help. Ask around. Don't keep living your life in a toxic situation. And don't be the toxic situation. I have to admit, I kind of went out on a rant here. I just had a lot to say and I need to just get it off my chest. And now that I have, I feel a lot better. I'd like to thank Ghost of Griever for suggesting to me that I should do more commentary often. She said I have a lovely voice, and I thank you for that. I honestly think I sound like a piece of trash. Sorry. Thank you for the 46 subscribers. I have no idea why you think I'm worthy enough, but I'm glad you think I'm worthy enough. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know why. I'd love to hear your information. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a lovely day. If you want, follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of things there. Follow me on Reddit if you want. I post dumb stuff there. Follow my Discord server, links in the description. We're a bunch of dummies, and it's a small community, and we just say whatever the hell we want, honestly. It's a bit of a mess. A role-playing mess, and yeah, just a mess in general. Thank you. Bye.